so now it's back. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to share it from here though. Like, how do I share it from here? Let me see. How do I share from here? This is all learning experience. Okay, I think just go to my channel. Okay, I don't know if I'm able to pull that up here. Let me just do it on my phone. I'll do it on my phone. Let's see if I can find. Let me see. I was streaming and it completely just went boop and stopped. I don't know why. Let's see. Oh, it says one person, so one person's in there. Hello, who's there? I'm trying to get someone else who's looking for it, so I tried to start a new one. The other one stopped. Oh, it's almost over anyways, only till 8 o'clock because, whoa, I have no idea how to do these. I mean, I just kind of wing it and just go. But let's see. Anybody show up here? Anyone here? Like, who knows, right? Anyways, so, woo. I hardly ever have wine, and I already feel that it's off just this little teeny tiny thing. I think it's like 1 cup. 1 cup of wine, I mean 1 glass of wine. Anyway, so let's see if anyone finds it. So that's all. And yeah, targeted individuals need to stop getting paranoid about each other. Like, seriously, stay in the communities for a long time, because a lot of these people, they'll be around for a long, long time, and then you realize, like, oh, I thought that person was a perp, but they're not, and it happens. I mean, it happened to me too. I had tons of problems at the beginning when I was just learning about targeting and found the people online, So, and that's what they want. And I think the mind control does that on purpose. Like, every time I try to make a friend in real life, even when I had a job, like, I would start like being real close to somebody, and they would start playing that song, like, I'm just too close to love you, or something like that. Like, they'd always start playing that song, and then shortly after that, that person would stop talking to me. Like, they would totally bust our friendship over that, because the whole purpose of targeting is to isolate you. So it's not just like personal. That is what the program does. That is probably artificial intelligence picking up, on who you're talking to, and then like sending them, I don't know, bad brain signals or something to get you not to be friends. So you have to fight against that. And one of the things that I use to fight against that kind of stuff, I mean, ignorance is bliss, but in this case, yeah, ignorance can work for you, because I try to ignore paranoia. I have to, because it's so annoying, like, to be paranoid all the time. So I try to ignore paranoia so that I'm not just sitting around thinking like, ooh, is that person a perp, or is that person bad? Once I really know they are, like, they've said like really bad things. I've had that happen too. Like, they said really bad things, I block them completely. Like, we don't need that negativity in our lives. So we just kind of, in real life, I don't really block them, but on online I do, because we had so many, there's certain people you'll get used to trying to figure out. You'll get used to it after you've hung out, online for a while. You'll start to recognize patterns, and so you'll know when someone is actually genuine and when someone is a perp. Like, you start to feel it. Like, I don't know. It takes a long time. It takes a long time of watching, their behaviors and stuff like that. It's kind of like in real life. I mean, in real life, you could have best friends and you become targeted and they leave, just the way it is. I mean, it's the way this program works. They're always trying to isolate us. So we have to be careful about that. But yeah, but it's better than being isolated. Like a lot of time, like for years, I stayed on Facebook. Like a lot of years, I don't even think I interacted with like hardly anybody. I like post my stuff, and then I like or like other people's stuff. But I mean, I didn't like become best friends with people on Facebook, like they're acquaintances through Facebook, but they're not like in my real life. So what risk is there really if you're going to be friends with people, and and exchange information on Facebook? There's not much risk to it unless they are a real perp. Then you need to block them, because if you don't block them, they'll find reasons to report you for different stuff. They report you for like posts that like become hate speech, or stuff like that. They can start doing that, and you'll get used to it though. And at first, when I first went on Facebook, like, wow, everyone came out of the woodworks, like all the perps. Then when they would post the funny things they do, the information that misses, when they posted that, what I would do is take that opportunity to make a better argument. And I would do it over and over and over again until they no longer post it. And now they don't. They do not touch my posts because they know I'm going to make it look bad on them and good on me. So they don't even do it. And, once in a great while, one gets through or something and I just block them. But yeah, they stopped doing that instead of getting upset, I would just make a better argument and a better argument and a better argument. And so that anyone watching can tell like who is the good person, who is the bad person, and you just do that. Now, if they're kind of wily and they're making comments that, are kind of like vague, just block them if it's bothering you. If it bothers you that bad, then they're probably not a good friend for you anyways, because you don't want to be around someone who's like totally annoying you, So anyway, that's that. I don't know if she ever found me. Maybe it was looking for me. So anyway, I mean that was a Snapchat filter too. This stuff's so funny. Like, but anyway, so I know Target parties are a little different. We talk about targeting. Okay, we don't do like too many crazy things. Well, some of us probably do, but yeah, I talk about a lot of stuff that we have to talk about. But anyway, so I was saying, if you want to do the fast, you can do the fast. I mean, if you're Christian, you don't have to be Catholic to fast. I don't know if any other Christian denominations do. Maybe, but I don't remember. I know my homeless church at one time, he did say something about it. It was cute. Like, he was like, okay, you guys are going to do this. And we're homeless. We're like, we're going to do what? Like, that might be a little hard for us, but he was, trying to push us into, developing ourselves to be stronger people, which is really good. He used to really and he did. Whatever he did worked, because I'm way stronger than I used to be. So he was a really, really good pastor. And yeah, so fasting, it can make you a stronger person too, because you control your passions. So you're like learning how. It's kind of like dieting. Like, you diet and you have to learn how to control your impulses to like eat a cookie or something. It's like that. So and it'll be till I think Easter morning. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure. You have to look it up, probably, like when the fast. It's called Lent, when the fast is. But it's like 40 days. It's till Easter. So, and they say give up like the animals and the animal products. Definitely on certain days. But what I do, like I said, I don't really have a problem with eating. I mean, I don't eat eggs, milk, butter, and cheese like all the time. So it's like not even a sacrifice for me. So I'm going to sacrifice the manufactured sweets again, which I really need to do because I've been eating too many sweets with lockdown. Oh yeah, how are you guys doing with lockdown? It's been so boring. I actually went through a period of time where I was like, not like boo-hoo depressed, like I'm not sitting around like, sobbing all day or anything like that, but like a down feeling. Like I had a down feeling and a few tears, and like there's got to be more to life than just sitting here, It's like, can you guys open my gym or something? Because I can't just sit here like constantly. So I went through that. But I'm sure a lot of people are going through the same thing because you're used to doing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, they're like, "You can't go do this stuff. You have to sit at home." Oh, great, So, and people have different opinions on what's going on with COVID. I said the word, uh-oh. There was another word into the YouTube thing. But anyways, so people have different opinions on what's going on there. And I think I already had whatever it is, I've already dealt with it. And I think I've dealt with it more than once because something keeps attacking me and I keep beating it with the tea. So the citrus tea I post about, you guys really, really need to know about this, because if they're doing this, no matter how they're doing it, whatever is being done is causing blood clots. And so I do a tea that was actually a Mexican doctor recipe. It is like an orange, a lemon sliced with the peels off. Like you take the peels off, you slice it, but then you put the fruit and the peels in a pot and cover it and, boil it in water for like half hour. And then let it cool, take it out, smash it up, and then you want to pour just the juice into a cup and add like 5 baby aspirins and honey, if you can have baby aspirins and citrus, because some people can't have it because of medication they take, or they're allergic to aspirin, or they're have problems with it. So don't do it if you can't do it, but if you can, it worked for me because what I had was identical to what they're talking about. And it was a long time ago too. And it had me so short of breath that it was like, if I didn't know about the Afia with an M, I would have gone to the doctor. But because I know what I know, it's like, no, I'm not going to no hospital. I know what they really do in there. So I never did that. And then when I found out about this tea, I just said, well, let's do it. And as soon as I took it, it like made me, like, gave me a rush. Like I felt it go through my body. And then I was like, whoa, like I felt like I could pass out. So I was like walking around, I started walking around. And then, a couple minutes later it subsided and I felt, wasn't going to pass out anymore. But then I noticed like, oh, all my symptoms are going away. That's interesting. So it worked. It took away whatever this thing is. And so I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. But then within a couple days, I got the same symptoms back. So I said, okay, let's do it again. So I ended up doing that again. And again, it worked again. And so that is definitely something I recommend that you do. And it's not, it's not that dangerous. If you can take aspirins, it's not really that dangerous. And you don't have to do it every day, because I was reading the aspirins block blood clotting for more than a day. Like it takes a certain amount of time for your body to reproduce platelets, or I don't know what the exact science is about it, but it takes a certain amount of days. And so the aspirin fixes the blood, and then like within 7 days your body's going to have made more, so you have to take it again. But just to be safe, I would do it like every 2-3 days. Like now what I do is I don't do the tea all the time unless I feel really like crazy stuff happening, but I do take like 3 aspirins every few days and I feel better. So I don't know what's really going on out there, but it makes me feel better to take the aspirin, so I do it. And then the thing with the citrus is the lemons. Lemons are known to help with deep vein thrombosis, I think it's called. Not sure on the last word, but it's blood clotting in the legs. Lemon is already known to help with that. And so aspirin is already known to help with like blood clotting, and the lemon is too. So it makes sense. It's not just some home remedy that's crazy. It actually makes sense. Like these are things we already know work. So it definitely worked. It definitely worked. I love it. It tastes so good when you make that tea. I never even thought of like boiling oranges. You know what I mean? But it's so yummy. It's like gonna be my staple like for winter time now too. Like I like to make it. And then what else was there? Oh, because in the beginning of my illness, I did go through all of the doctor medicine. They gave me Singular, they gave me prednisolone, they gave me that's a steroid. The prednisolone is a steroid. The Z-Pak, they gave me that. And then my symptoms, I felt stronger, but my symptoms didn't go away. So I asked for a second round of the prednisolone steroid because it was helping me, and I took that, but I still didn't beat it. What beat it was the citrus tea with the aspirins. That is what just like wiped it out. So that's what I recommend. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be my staple in the wintertime. Anyways, it's so nice, a nice hot drink, and it's really yummy. So, and yeah, and then I got months later, which actually it's getting a little better now, but months later, I got like arthritis in my hands really bad. Like my fingers were like swollen, and I was having all these joint problems and everything. Anyway, so the doctors, say like it's osteoarthritis. Okay. How is it osteoarthritis, guys? Okay, when I look up the definition of osteoarthritis, it says that it's from wear and tear. Okay, I didn't just wear and tear out every joint in my hands overnight, every single one. You know what I mean? Like I sit around and like, basically do nothing all day. This did not come on overnight from wear and tear. I mean, I can imagine it happening, over time, but no. So, the medicine is limited. What the doctors are taught is limited. They don't know everything that's, to know about all this stuff. So you kind of have to think for yourself. But yeah, so I'd gone to the doctor for that, but it's kind of getting better now. So what I figured it was is it's probably the cytokine storm from getting the infection. And what's really interesting is for the arthritis, I had heard that it can be caused by mycoplasma. And I looked up mycoplasma, okay, and I was like, this sounds a lot like the COVID thing that's going around, right? It really does. You should look up mycoplasma infection. It's quite interesting. But anyway, so I had my doctor, when I got the arthritis, I says, can we test for mycoplasma infection? Because I read about this. And he's like, well, that's rare. Like, but okay, we'll test for it. It came back positive. So what they do is they test for the antibodies. And the antibody that came back was the IgG, which is the exact same as what is going around in the pandemic. So, okay, guys, is it really what you're saying it is, or is it mycoplasma or something? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I don't have what is called microscope. I probably should. One of these days I want to invest in one because I want to see this stuff like myself. I don't believe anybody. I don't believe any science. I don't believe any doctors. I don't believe mainstream science, medicine, nothing. I don't trust any of them. I should say. I don't trust any of them. So I want to investigate it myself, which means I have to probably get like a high powered microscope in order to do that. But anyway, so I have the IgG antibody, which makes sense because I was really, really sick. Anyway, so who knows what's really going on, but that's one solution to it that you can try. And yeah, so what else is there? I keep saying I'm connecting, so I don't know if it's already disconnected me or if it's just extra notification. But yep. So there's that. And now I'm waiting to see, what the Afia with an M is gonna do next, because you know what, this is not the end. I was kind of relieved that Biden was put in, because with Biden in, the Antifa people didn't have an excuse to go burn our cities down. See, if they put Trump in, that would give them the perfect excuse to go do mayhem, and everyone would be like, oh, they're so upset they can't control themselves, so let them burn down your cities. No, shouldn't do that. But that stuff happens because people always kind of relate to that kind of violence, because they're like, well, I've been mad about something before too, so I understand. No, guys, this is orchestrated stuff. I mean, they orchestrated this to do it on purpose. Like, they plan it, So I was kind of relieved that Biden got in, because I'm like, at least those people don't have the excuse to go burning our cities down, which bought us some time. But we're still, becoming mind control robots. That's still happening. And I don't know what is in this vaccine. And someone said in a video I was watching, I gotta look it up again, that the vaccination, that the program that they want to do for mind controlling people has a component that has to be injected. And I don't know what I did with that video. I was watching it when I've been so, dealing with my own illnesses and stuff and tired. I don't know what I did with it, but yeah, they said like part of it needed to be injected. So you can imagine, how are they going to get it injected, guys? And why would a government give you anything for free? Okay, like, we all know when they're giving you something for free, there's something going on. The government won't even give money to homeless for free, but they'll give you a vaccine for free. I mean, really, guys? They won't even take the homeless off the streets. The people are dying in the streets. So anyways, yeah, so vaccines are really not for I'm good. If you're getting it for free, there's something going on. Anyway, so I better end this, but if anyone tuned in, thank you so much for watching, and I hope we can, if you guys like this idea, about doing these, we should do like Skype though. Like, I'd be willing to participate in anyone else's too. When we just have casual talk, like a casual, like, party atmosphere, like just casually talk and whatever. Not business. I know there's a lot of streams where people are like, trying to come up with plans or discussing things angrily and stuff like that. Like, I'm angry enough to do things to stop this, but I compartmentalize that. Like, I'm not going to make my whole life about anger, because I only have one life to live. So I'm living like 4 different lives at one time. I live my, like, health and beauty life, which I like too, and then I live my activist life, and then I live my, you just kind of have to compartmentalize things, because we only have one life too. That's what I figured out. I'm like, I don't want to give the Afia with an M like my whole life, I don't want the whole thing to be a waste, because I have to fight them all the time, which it kind of feels like sometimes. I feel like you're just wasting your life away. So I make sure I take time out for doing other things. And that is why I wanted to have like a little party tonight. And well, basically just turn into, me talking, because that's all YouTube does. So I'd rather do Zoom, I think, because then other people can talk, But anyways, so if anyone else does any events like that, please, please, please don't forget to invite me, because I do like to show up. Sometimes I will just listen and not participate, or just do chat, like the chat room, because I am sick a lot. So that could be the case. But please invite me if you are going to have little meetups and stuff like that, because I really like to be invited, even if I can't go, because I deal with a lot of mental, not, I don't want to say problems, because they're not really, they are problems, but I deal with a lot of like mental stuff that it helps me to be around other people, like, and hear people and listen to people. So I really appreciate it, and I really love being with people. I just can't all the time because of different illness, all my different illnesses and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks for listening. I'm going to go, because it's already 8 o'clock and I have to get going and try to make my nose feel better. So And happy Lent if you decide to do Lent. And good luck with that. And I'll see you on Facebook.